Hey guys, I know this is very beyond late, but I thought the Empire wasn't coming back until next year for some reason. And then one of my YouTube people was like, "Girl, have you seen Empire?" Blah 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 blah. And I was just caught up with the holidays and everything. Hopefully, everybody had a good holiday. If you still celebrate stuff, hopefully everything is going well for you and your family. Well wishes. But anyway, this is Empire season 6, episode 10. Don't remember the title. It don't matter, y'all. But I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I'm gonna get right to it and not hold y'all up for too much longer. So okay, it starts off with how it ended last episode with Lucious up in his office looking all butthurt again about Cookie serving him with them divorce papers. And he's just upset. And then all of a sudden White Tracy called him and he like, "What you want, bitch?" or something. I don't know. And then she's like, Lucious, please don't hang up. It's David Banner. I'm in Philly streets. He's coming to kill you. He knows what you did and all this stuff back in the day, and he's on his way. He's packing, blah blah blah. So Lucius all drunk, but he go and he get his gun, and make sure that he got his gun and he protected for when homeboy walk up on him. He gets there, Philly Street. Y'all, it was like David Banner's acting. I mean, I'm glad he getting a job and stuff and, exploring his horizons. But like, to me, it was just so blah. Like, okay, you get an A for effort. But anyway, yeah, so he was just talking about how he went to jail for 20 years for Lucius. And I was like, he went to jail for you? I'm still confused about their little backstory with the whole Shine and Bunk thing. But and I don't care enough to go back and like watch and look it up. Honestly, I don't. But I guess they set Philly up, and I'm like, damn, Lucius, you always got people going to jail for you. And then he mentioned how Cookie served 17 years and all that, and then he just went on this long spiel about how white men were always the gatekeepers when it came to any door that he wanted to get into. Some white man telling him what he could and could not do, and he was like, in that point in time in his life, in order to get ahead, you have to knock another brother down. And that's just how it was, which is true in the entertainment industry. Well, more so back then, but still now it ain't that many, especially as far as like black actors and stuff like that. Music is a little different. But I guess he's speaking on back then. But like, yeah, you got to knock somebody else of color or your peer down just so you can rise up because they don't want too many black people up and stuff. So it's got to be one or the other who gonna cut who throat, pretty much. So nobody ever gets to elevate, can't rise together. Just gonna take one nigga. Sorry, y'all, but that's pretty much how it was. And that's what he was saying. And then he was just saying like, now I'm a gatekeeper and I can help you. This is Lucius talking to Philly Streets. I can help you build your own kingdom, and you ain't gotta like what's killing me or shooting me gonna do for you at this point or whatnot. So it's got him thinking, and he tells him that White Tracy is the one who even sent him up there and told him all this shit and got him all riled up. And I'm like, well, you let her get you riled up. You just seem stupid. Instead of thinking about how you can make this work for you, you sitting there just going off with what this bitch done told you, and she already got a vendetta against Lucius. Like, why don't you think? But I mean, Lucius kind of put that little bug in his ear. But Lucius can always talk a nigga out of something because he can offer them something that they never had before. And that's pretty much what he did with Philly Streets. Anyway, at Bossy Media, Lala is practicing singing for getting ready for the ASA Awards and whatnot. And they put it turns out like all the ASA awards like that they like try been smoozing up to the panel or whoever the judge is, and they're not getting any of their artists are being picked to be even on the ballot. So they're like, okay, what else can we do? Else can we have performed to like make us, this is like our coming out as like a legitimate business, and we want to make sure that we are heard or whatnot. And then they were like, first they were gonna go with Lala, but then Cookie was like, um, we should do and go off with Melody or whatever, who is the new person they signed, who was Melvin, but just transgender now. Not transgender now, but y'all know what I mean. The transgender woman who they signed and who Lucious had signed a long time ago, and they're like, we should go with her because that would be explosive and everything, blah blah blah. So it kind of just falls off. But this is just kind of showing how the dynamic of Bossy Media is going to be with Cookie there, because Giselle and Cookie never really got along, with the whole Forrest Whitaker thing and all that. And it's just never, they always is catty, and then Becky ends up being in the middle of it. So, Becky, she just tried to keep the peace, and then she was like, see, I knew this wasn't going to be work, because Cookie on here, she already acting like she owned everything and blah, blah, blah. But Cookie ends up walking away before Giselle says this stuff to Becky and whatnot, because she has to go talk to Lucious, and they arguing, and I think one of the lawyers or something, and they maid or housekeeper or whatever, she there. What's her name? I'm sorry, I can't remember her name right now. But they there, and they arguing about that painting, the one that David Cross took, and what's the name? Thirsty tried to say, what the hell happened to Thirsty? I just thought about that. Did he just going off with his little girlfriend or whatnot and just rode off into the sunset with her, because he is nowhere to be found? This season is just a little weird. It's just, I got a lot of questions, and they just going on so many different paths here. It's just kind of weird, like with the whole Bossy Media thing. It's like they trying to make that into some type of spinoff or whatnot, and then trying to move more away from Empire, but then it's like, I don't know. Anyway, so Cookie and Lucious, they arguing about the painting, and then turns out that they had one more thing in the family safe deposit box that they needed to go over and discuss. And then it's Miss Juanita, that's her name. She asked the lawyer dude to go off in the kitchen or something, and it turns out it's that little necklace that Cookie's father's, and that she gave to Cookie to keep him safe. And he's like, I wore this every day until you got out of jail or whatnot. And then he was like, I would like to keep it, if you don't mind, just to keep it safe. And then she was like, okay, Lucious, this is all good and everything. You can keep it, but what's up with them divorce papers, though? And he was like, dang, Cookie, you ain't the only person that got stuff going on. I got stuff going on, too. I'm like, boy, sign them papers. She ain't trying to take nothing from you. She got her own stuff, and you just trying to hold her up. As usual, you can't let that woman go. Even when she tried to walk away and stand on her own 2 feet, he still just won't let her go. But anyway, we get back to Bossy Media, and then they're talking about how they don't have anybody for the Aces, no Aces nominees, even though they offered to throw the parties and pay for all this stuff for the Aces and smooth and like kiss their ass, these people on the panel or whatnot. They don't have any of their artists on the ballots. And then Giselle's getting real frustrated, and she was like, it was just her and Becky, and then she hit her like, well, what do you suggest we do, Rebecca? I was like, oh, she hit you with that government. So that just lets you know that she is very serious, and she is getting tired and fed up with how things are going, because Cookie jumps in again with her Black Panther outfit on that she wearing, and constantly saying like, pretty much telling them like what to do, but like suggesting that they do this or we should be doing this, and to going forward with the Melody thing and pushing her. It's like, no, why don't we go with we already have a seasoned vet with us, Tiana. Let's just put Tiana, if Lala not ready or whatever. Let's just put Tiana. She's a professional, and everybody, she's done this before, and everybody will be receptive to her, blah, blah, blah. But like Cookie's like, we don't want to play it safe, and we can't be going up in there with Empire scraps. Let's go with somebody fresh and new, and we can run with the narrative. She was like, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not trying to fight with you about this, Giselle. This is about changes. Like, I'm used to working between two catty bitches, referring to her talk show. She was like, we need to change the narrative. Since we can't get Lala or whatever how we want, and we don't want to go with Tiana, let's go with Melody so we can run on her coming out and with that song, and it would be like her, being introduced to the world and all this other stuff, blah blah blah, and they'll get backlash for it, but then they'll get backlash from that backlash, but it will still be way more publicity than they ever would have got. Put it like that. And Giselle stood with the side eye again because Becky is agreeing with her. She's like, that is a good idea. She's like, I'm not sitting there trying to side with Cookie, but she has a point. So, but Giselle's still getting upset about it. So that's just pretty much went on through the whole episode. Giselle just giving a side eye and being upset about Cookie and the decision that she making. So we're going to see how long Bossy Media lasts with Cookie in it. Even though she is bringing good ideas to the table, Giselle, they just bump heads no matter what. So from there, we see Andre and Terry. They decorating a really ridiculous gingerbread house for Christmas. She must just be doing that because she bored. Is she not a nurse no more? She don't go to work because she look like she just be up in that house in that kitchen, just bored, y'all, and just taking care of that baby. Maybe she's still on leave, and that baby ain't gonna remember no gingerbread house and trees and all this stuff. But whatever, where is the baby? They ain't showing little Walker Lucious in a minute. But you know how they do with babies. The baby, next time baby pop up, he gonna be like 5. And then it's gonna be like, what? But anyway, she confronts him about the whole chastity thing, talking about some, Chastity just couldn't wait to tell me everything and blah 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 blah. So he was like, what are you talking about? I haven't because she was asking how did he sign for prophetic or whatever, because he never was he always want to stay independent and control his music. She's like, how did you get him? Then she revealed that she spoke to Chastity and all that. And then he was like, no, it's not like that. She was like, yeah, well, she told me. And he was like, look, she was like, starting to wonder, do I even know you? I'm like, bitch, now you don't know him. When you met him, he was all over the place and whatnot. And then he was immediately very sick. Like, I mean, you met him through your son in jail, and then all of a sudden he started making all these miracles happen and protecting your son. How you think your son got protection? Like, she just sounded stupid to me throughout this whole episode. I'm like, what you think he just asked people kindly not to fuck your son and whoop his ass and all this stuff? Like, no, you got to do some strange things and crazy shit up in jail. Ain't nobody gonna respect you just be asking nicely. How do you think he protected that boy? Like, girl, you just being dumb at this point, and you saw what you wanted to see. You wanted your son out of jail. He did this. He made these things happen for you, and you didn't ask no questions when it worked for you. But now you want to start opening your eyes a little bit because maybe you bored and you ain't got to work at the hospital. You just bored and sitting at home with your baby. But girl, you should have kept the eye open. Like, don't try to pull it now. Don't try to pull it now, because you should have been. You didn't have to fuck him either. You could have been like, I thank you and appreciate everything you did for my son. And boom, pal. That's it. We're going to move on with our life. But no, you decided to go lay down with the devil. And then you're going to ask questions later. That's on you, girl. That's on you. Anyway, she was just talking about something. You just better not lie to me again, because I'm not going to let you lie to me again or something. Some little false threat that she said to Andre. And Andre like, okay, whatever. And then we go to Lucious sitting around moping a little bit still. And then Juanita like, you got a visitor. And he like, I ain't trying to see nobody. And it's his little sugar. She was like, I just, I was trying to come here and surprise you, but should I go? I'm like, girl, And she coming in, and they didn't really talk about nothing. She's just her popping in, talking about somebody came here to see you. And he like, oh, no, it's okay. It's just been a rough day. Then it just jumped back to Giselle and Cookie arguing again. Cookie is getting her office together and making all these changes around. But she just got a strong personality, and that's just how she comes off. Y'all knew what y'all was getting. Either y'all was going to be with Cookie or y'all was going to be with them white men who's going to take most of your motherfucking company. And at this point, I would have just rolled with Cookie, and that's what y'all did. Y'all better learn how to make it work. Shit, at least still black women owning the company, and you ain't just under some motherfuckers, and you don't have, control of your shit. So, I mean, y'all need to just stop with that cattiness. And Cookie even had a point. She was like, you need to stop trying to argue with me or fighting with me and fight for this company. Like, we then got into all this, y'all done got into all this stuff, and it just seems like Giselle just want to fight just for the sake of fighting with Cookie on some levels, which is true. And Giselle is just whatever. So she's like, whatever, whatever. And then she was like, well, Becky it's three of us who have a vote, and Becky's gonna vote with me. She was like, oh no, Becky. Cookie was like, no, Becky already voted to side with me. So boom, pow. And now Giselle even more pissed off. So Giselle's just pissed off for the pennies in the bunch the whole damn episode because of Cookie. Not really because of Cookie. It's like she thought she could be all bossy and all this. Naming yourself bossy and everything does not make you a boss. Okay? So just get over yourself. Anyway, so we see it jumps to Devon practicing, dancing across the stage and whatnot. Tiana walks in because, they're not going to go with Tiana doing their performance for the Aces and Bossy. They're going to give it to Melody. So she ain't got shit to do. So she's talking about apparently Devon asked her to do the duet with him or whatnot. And now she's trying to wait for like a day or so before the performance and be like, oh, well, I could do it with you now. I ain't got nothing to do. And then he found out after talking to her, he realized that's what it was. Like, oh, she's like, I'm usually the queen of the Aces. And I guess they don't know protocol at Bossy because they're giving it away to somebody else. And blah, blah, blah. Girl, you need to get off it. You sat there, you made your bed, you got a lie in it. You sat there, made all this pro-choice, pro-life, and then all that stuff. And you dealing with the ramifications of it. And you really, I haven't seen her really performing or doing nothing all that spectacular. And even Devon, he kind of like checked her on that too. He was like, yeah, you ain't got nothing else to do. So you just come and thought you throw me a bone. He's like, I'm not trying to curve you or nothing, but we've been working on, me and Treasure, been working on this performance for like a month now. I'm not just going to bump her out because suddenly you free. That's just not right. Which is, he told her, right. He was like, it just seems like you've been having your head out the game. You need to get back to your music and get back on your stuff, which is true because she's just sitting there just running around like just doing the most. Tiana, go sit down somewhere and just get yourself together. So then we see Melody in the studio singing, and she going back and forth with Cookie because Cookie was like, it's just not it, girl. And then she was like, what? I hit all my notes. She's like, people don't want you to hit the right notes. It's about the passion. Exactly. Like all them little off the half note, like stuff when people sing when it's not exactly on, but it still sound good and you can feel their soul in it. That's what people want to hear. It's like, oh, I'm a perfect pitch. No, that's not always what people want to hear. This is your coming out thing, girl. You got to come better than that. And they just had a little back and forth. And again, Cookie was right. So then we get back to Tracy and Lucious, and then he's talking to her, and she's like, oh my God, Lucious, I was so afraid for your life. And Philly, he threatened me. Like, bitch, you lying. You set this whole thing up. And then Lucious, he's just sitting there, looks like, oh, really? Why would you even want to save me after all the stuff we've been through? And then she was like, it's always been about us, Lucious. This is our love story. I was like, girl, you done smoked way too much crack because you lost off your mind. Lucious, man, you say answer the phone to her, bitch, what you want? Like, this been about our love story. He was like, yeah, and everything, I'm so happy that you helped me and thank you for saving my life and all that. Then he got real with her because then he hugged her and stuff, and she thought everything was gonna get gravy, rubbed her little cheek, and she's like, that's probably the first time a man had touched her and I don't know how long, the crackhead stuff. And then that's when he was like, oh, you don't have to worry about the key cards and stuff to get around Empire anymore. Then he grabbed her ass real hard. He's like, bitch, because they packing your stuff right now, you getting the fuck up out of here, and you poof pow, bitch, be gone. And she's like, no, let's just try to help you. He was like, nah, bitch, my biggest mistake was not using the condom 37 years ago. Down. And tossed her ass out. And that was it for White Tracy. So, we back with Queen of Sugar. Not Queen of Sugar. I missed that show. I can't even see it come back. But anyway, Lucious and Sugar, she all walking around with a little shirt on, trying to pick out Lucious clothes and be like all little wifey about it and everything. And then she picked out this outfit like, oh, this is what you should wear for your lifetime achievement. And then you should wear this necklace. So she picks up Lucious's Cookie's father's piece, and he was like, I don't need you picking out my stuff. And she's like, why are you being so grumpy? And he's like, oh, because White Tracy was like, "Oh, Andre, he's buying shares out from Empire from Patel right up under you, and you don't even know it. I'm trying to protect you. You don't even know." He was like, "I know about all the stuff that Andre is doing," which Lucious be having his ear. He got his little spies around there. That is his company. At the end of the day, he probably has people planted all over who gonna give him the heads up, and he got in. Lucious be knowing, he be knowing. So Tracy, you wasn't doing nothing. Sometimes he just sit there and let motherfuckers play out and see what and go from there. So then he's talking to what's her name? Real name? Yana, whatever. Sugar. And she's talking about, so why you so grumpy? And he was like, Andre trying to push me out. I'm his father and all that. He trying to replace me and all that. She's like, and then she always trying to look on the bright side and stuff and make him feel better. Talking about some, well, you taught him everything he knows, so he's just gonna be replacing you with you. So blah 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 blah. This is just, you can be free, Lucious. You can be free and all that. She's always talking about him being free. I'm like, okay, girl, go. Why you ain't talking to your daddy? Like, go home or something. She just all swept up in Luciousness, and girl, he means you no good at all. Okay, so from there, um we get to the Aces and everybody, posing and popping and looking good. And who come looking crazy and cracked out and like, look at me, White Tracy. And they talking about the security was like, hey, he's like, who are you? And then she was like, I'm so-and-so, Tracy so-and-so, also known as something White, or whatever. Is her last name for real? Like white? Probably not. I think that was like a joke. But anyway, so the security guard was like, "Ma'am, you have been taken off the list, and you're gonna have to bounce." And then she's screaming, kicking and screaming for Lucious as always, and Lucious ain't paying her no mind. He posing, even Cookie like, "You ain't gonna help your baby mama." Dang. And then she even said, like, Lucious, I know you don't. She's like, I don't like White Tracy either, but dang, you could have had that woman get dragged off, like that. And he wasn't trying to hear it. Then she was like, anyway, you got around to signing them papers yet? Because what's going on? He's talking about, my lawyers got it. I don't even know what you're talking about. Cookie, dang, you act like I ain't got, again, it's just kind of brushing her off when it comes to that. So then Melody does her performance, looking good, sounding nice. Then we see then we see Terry, a random moment where Terry's talking about, so she got to go to the bathroom. And then Chastity walk up on her. I'm like, how'd she get up in there? The little girl that Andre paid off to set up prophetic or whatever. She's talking about where have you been? I've been trying to get a hold of you. Andre came to my house and he threatened me and I was afraid and blah blah blah. And I'm so afraid you married a monster and all this and whatnot. And then Tristan's like, what are you saying? This is this. And she's just acting like she's just oblivious. She's like, I've been trying to get a hold of you. He told me that I should never talk to you again. I'm like, bitch, apparently you weren't that afraid because you still went and found her and told her, what if he come back and kill you now? Because you talk too damn much. Like, why does you keep coming back into the thing? Like, anyway, girls, you wasn't that afraid. You came and immediately found her and wanted to tell. And apparently she cannot control what Andre is doing if he showed up at your damn house. So I don't know why she was being that stupid or whatnot. So Melody, she goes in front of the cameras and all that. And then she tells her story about her truth and how, she was always hiding, and then Cookie, and then helps her reveal her true self and all this blah blah blah. And then she even thanks Cookie and brings Cookie up on stage. Giselle's sitting there with Becky and stuff, and she looking like the size, like, I'm out of here because it's some bullshit. Because now it's kind of looking more like Cookie is more like the face of Bossy Media, because Melody really didn't thank anybody else or whatnot. But nobody was really working with Melody but Cookie on this and whatnot. But anyway, and then as she's in the audience, and I did catch that other trans, I cannot remember her name. They panned off in the audience, and she was standing there too. Y'all know who it was real quick, but I caught her face. Can't remember her name, but yeah, she's real famous or whatnot. And they panned off to her, and or like reality TV famous or something. But then what was it? It panned off to Sugar, Lil Yana, Damon Cross' daughter, and she got on Cookie's father's chain. And I'm like, little girl, what you doing with that on? And I'm like, why did Lucious let you take that and put that on and walk around with it? I'm like, you see, so you know what? I'd be mad as hell. Then Cookie walk off, and then she walks walks up on Yana, and she was like, where'd you get that chain? And then she's like, oh, you must be Cookie and all this, and I heard so much about you, and this. It's nice to finally meet you. And then even before, when Lucious and Yana was talking, she was like, I know I'll never replace Cookie. I'm just trying to get in where I fit in or something. If that's in with you at all. I'm like, girl, you just sound desperate. Like this old nigga, like you sounded real desperate to be with this man and all this. But he must really put some things down with that one leg stroke, because she was letting it on real thick for him. And I don't hear him professing his love and how deep in love he is and stuff for her. He sitting here running after Cookie all the damn time and doing all types of other craziness. So she was like, oh, little girl, anyway, where you get that chain from? And then she's like, oh, it's Lucious. She's like, I know who's this. Like, how did you get it? And then she started putting, because she's like, I know who you are. She's like, you Damon Cross's daughter. And then she was like, she was talking about some, Lucious is just, trying to be free and all this and blah, blah, blah. Oh, because that's when Lucious was saying that before from the other conversation. Because she's like, oh, Yana was like, oh, that's great. Y'all filed for divorce. Who? She's like, you filed for this? He's like, no, Cookie did. She's like, oh. And then he tried to like, oh, that don't mean nothing. I'm like, yes, it does mean a lot, because you still trying to hold on to her. But anyway, with Cookie and Yana, and then she was like, girl, you do not know this man. All he does is manipulate. You seem like you're a smart girl. And I'm thinking like, I was like, is it me? I thought she had already figured out what Lucious was doing. And I'm like, is she stupid? Talking about she's such a smart girl. What makes her so smart? Because she didn't put two and two together. She didn't know, I guess, about being Lucious being at odds with Damon Cross or none of that stuff. Like, she's been living under a rock, and a lot of people just be choosing to take a blind eye. Like, why do you think he set all this up for the money and all this other stuff? Like, it's crazy. I mean, I guess it could have just went all over her head. I don't know, but Cookie broke it down and told her, like, girl, the only reason that Lucious even targeted you like a fucking predator and shit is because of your father. It wasn't about him being down for you and all this stuff and in love or whatnot. She's like, I'm trying to save you from a bullet right now. I spent the better part of my life dealing with Lucious's bullshit, and I'm telling you right now, girl, you should run, because he only got with you because of your father, and you put him on to the FBI and shit. So girl, run while you can. You think you know him, you don't know shit about Lucious. I know him. I've been dealing with this nigga for most of my life, okay? And she was just sitting there stuck on stupid, like, I can't believe this. I thought she knew or put it together. For some reason, I thought that she knew once he swindled the money and all that stuff. I don't know. I was confused about that part, because I thought she just kind of forgave him, because she seemed like Lucious can't really do much harm to her, and she just is very forgiving. So I thought she just forgave it and moved on. So from there, Lucious goes on. Oh, we see Trevor and Divine or Mario. They performing on stage, and then out of nowhere, and Tiana sitting right there, because Divine and Tiana came together and was posing all cute and boot up. But her seat empty because he up there performing. Then out of nowhere, Hakeem come like, nigga, where you been? So much like, ain't you supposed to be on set? Like, he is really not fucking with this season of Empire at all. Really, he was like, oh, my mom said he was having a difficult time, so she told me to go check on you. And then he was like, so should we make out or something? He's like, they can't be us. So he's pretty much just saying they like a watered down Tiana and Hakeem trying to perform, and they just ain't doing it. They ain't bringing the hype like they used to. And then she was like, I mean, Tiana is just a thought. That's Tiana for real, because she's sitting there. You're supposed to be all in love with Devon and everything, and you sit here all up on him. Hey, Hakeem, I missed you, and I just haven't been right over these past few months and stuff, and blah blah. And then, should we just get out of here? Yeah, let's go. So I'll rub it on him, and then you just walk off with him. And then Devon like, what the fuck? I'm trying to perform, bitch. You just walk away with your baby daddy and all this. I'm like, dump her. She shows you who she is. Dump her. Tiana is very self-centered and like I don't like her. Like her character, let me say, like, the character is no. She's just always sleeping with everybody and then dropping people when they just try to do stuff for themselves. Like she is, her and Hakeem deserve each other. Let me put it like that. It's kind of like Cookie, Lucious and Cookie. Like they're very self-centered fucking people. But anyway, then it goes to Andre looking for Terry, and then because he was sitting with Patel, and then Patel's like, "Oh, I'm sure she'll turn up somewhere." So he don't know where the fuck Terry is. So Terry didn't just left, and then Lucious go on to get his lifetime achievement award, and then he goes to see because he was supposed to come out and present the new artist of the year or something, and then he sees that nobody from not one Empire artist. And I saw how they had all these fake looking, almost like they was the stars and stuff. They kept handing to like this K-pop group. I'm like, and somebody who looked like Lady Gaga probably but wasn't, and like all these, like if you move the camera real fast, they look like celebrities that we know and love or know and hate, whatever. Oh, this is getting long. I'm trying to wrap it up soon, y'all. Yeah, so he see like he's like, we went through all this schmoozing with y'all for the people on the board just for y'all to not give us not one nomination. He was like, you know what, I'm over Empire and all this. I want me to announce my retirement and all this. I ain't announcing nothing. I'm just getting started. I'm want to announce that I'm leaving Empire because all them pencil pushers and people trying to people please, and this is what it gets us, man. Fuck the Aces and all this or whatnot, and I'm out. Lucious out. Mic drop. So Empire's done with Lucious, and then he did a thing talking about, I can finally be free. And he's sitting off looking at Yana because she's standing there in the backstage. So he walks up to Yana, whatever, Sugar, and he's like, now, baby, I can do this and all that. And then she's like, oh, I met Cookie. She's very, charming and all that. And then she had the necklace. And then she's like, she told me everything and gave him the necklace. And then she can't be mad, right? I'm like, nigga, you ain't shit. No, I'm playing. But yeah, like, he would have got more smoke than that from me. Like, you didn't been fucking me just to get back at my daddy for what you nasty, you disgusting. But anyway, whatever. So she walk off. And then who she goes to? Straight to her motherfucking daddy. We see Damon Cross. I guess he walking up to his house or where he live. And he's like, baby, what's wrong? She's sitting in the lobby. I'm like, you ain't got a key to your daddy's house? And she's like, Daddy, I made a big mistake and I need you to help me fix it. I'm like, oh, so you want to go get a coochie away like you big and grown. But as soon as some grown ass man do some shit to you, all of a sudden you want to run to your daddy and have him fix it. Okay, girl. Okay, you ain't grown. You wasn't ready for them grown folks' problems. She tried to tell you. People tried to tell you. But anyway, talking about I see Lucious for what he is. She's like, you don't see nothing. You see exactly what Lucious wants you to see, girl. But anyway, so after that, Cookie is sitting in her in Lucious's home office, real gangster style. I like that little outfit she had on. I don't know if I like this. I just like in stuff with hoods, as y'all can see. I like wearing hoods, but it was cute. It was like real fancy. The hood part of it. I don't know if I like the entire outfit, but I just like that wraparound, scarf thing. It was cute. But anyway, so she going back and forth with Lucious like, look, I told you that you need to sign these fucking papers. And here they go. They've been sitting on your desk this whole time. I don't hear nothing else. Sign these motherfucking papers. And he was talking about something. You just try to take away my happiness. You don't want nobody else to love me. And then she was like, man, fuck that. I don't care about you and whatever new piece of ass you fucking. I just want you to sign these papers. You know my goddamn nerve. And they started going back and forth. And she's like, she just ain't having it. Lucious like, you just I'm tired of you. So they going back and forth, and she pulled a gun on him and shit. He like, damn, you really shoot me. She was like, look, either I'm leaving this bitch as your ex-wife or a widow because I'm tired of you. Then it jumped real quick, or I don't know, in between it's a jump to Terry, and I guess they at the hotel, got a hotel or something. It looked like a hotel, like a bedroom or whatnot. And then Terry's like, I talked to Chastity. She said you came, you made that girl feel fear in her own home and blah blah blah. He's like, what you doing? What you talking about? I haven't seen Chastity since all that stuff happened with prophetic. She was like, you sat there and you lied to me. It's like, you believe me or her? He's like, well, you the one that's been lying and everything. I believe her. That girl. He's like, nah, she just wanted something from you. She's like, she asked me for nothing. She was just genuinely afraid, and I believe her. And then he's like, look, can we just talk about this? And then she's like, no, how did you protect Quincy in jail? How did this and blah blah blah? Now you want to ask all these questions after you done married this man. Now you want to ask these questions. Like I said before, I went on my rant about Terry. So girl, shut up. And but it was like I was looking like, damn, Andre really looked like he don't remember doing this. Did he do it? So turns out. And then Terry runs away in fear and runs into the bathroom or somewhere. Then good old Kingsley, brother Kingsley, pops up and he was like, yeah, I could do stuff, I did it. He's like, I didn't do that. I didn't go to that girl, and I wouldn't do that to a woman. He was like, I did it. And if Terry is going to be a problem, and then it flashes to him threatening the Chastity girl, and then I think her father or boyfriend or somebody was in there, and he in there punching walls, and then then it jumps back to him talking to himself. I'm like, Andre's medication is never right. That boy is just always, he's just as crazy as his grandmama, just off the rails. And then he's talking about Kingsley did it, and then it shows Andre actually did it. And then he was like, what? I don't remember that. So now Andre's having these violent ass blackouts where he going around threatening and doing evil shit to people that he doesn't. Good Andre is like completely split and bad. And Kingsley is crazy, y'all, with that going on. So he was like, he's like, you can't control me or who that is or whatever. And then he was like, look at your hands. Or so it was clear. Why wasn't Terry alarmed by his hands earlier? Like, I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened to your hands? She didn't think about it till later. What the fuck you thought he was doing? Just going around punching bricks? So anyway, that storyline is silly, but now Terry afraid of him, so who knows? She gonna probably try to leave him or something or whatever. But then Kingsley said if she become another problem, he already threatened Terry's life in his mind before. This is the second time, and I think third time is just gonna be Terry might be dead in a minute. So from there it goes back to Lucious and Cookie, and then it got real heated and crazy, and then she looked like, Lucious, I'm not playing with you. And then he's like, you ain't gonna shoot me. Lucious loves telling somebody what they ain't gonna shoot and whatnot. So she fucking busts off one. And he was like, you gonna shoot me? She's like, but I told you I ain't playing with you. So he's like, fine, I'll sign papers or whatnot. Then they start fighting. And then he was like, yeah, the Yana girl, she seems smart. And like she had a good head on her shoulders. And he was like, but Lucious, she told Lucious, that's how you like them. I was young and beautiful and smart and all that. And look how you led me down the street. He's like, she manipulate, like trying to just say he a manipulator and all that. But I mean, like back then, at least y'all was the same age. I'm like, girl, you just fell for his shit at his same age. But now it's like, who's to blame now? You grown. You learn, you know better, you do better. Which, I mean, it took a long time to do better. But, I mean, she was a jealous shit. But now she's trying to walk away on her own 2 feet. And then he kind of knocked the gun away from her. And he got her hemmed up on the thing. And then she was like, why can't you just let me go? I like, please. Like, I didn't serve all this time for you. You cost me my kids, my freedom. And he was like, I can't because I'm not done with you. Because first he was talking about we ain't getting divorced. Nah, I ain't done till we done. He one of those like manipulative. Sorry, y'all. My allergies, but my nose is like, my face turned red shit. My nose, I don't know. Take some allergy medicine after this. But anyway, sorry, I'm almost done. And he's like, I just can't let you go because I love you. I'm still, because she was like, you got Yana. He's like, no, he don't want that girl. She's just a little bit too docile for anybody, if you ask me. And she's like, I just love you. I still love you. And I just can't let you go and all this and all blah, blah, blah. And then, well, who comes on in? And how did she get into his house? White Tracy ass then got in with a gun, and then she was like, oh, so pointing a gun at both of them. So apparently she maybe about to shoot. Well, we know she ain't shooting. She ain't gonna shoot anybody because we didn't already seen the flashes of when Lucious gets shot up, and then we see Cookie blow up in a car. So I don't know what's gonna happen after this, and I don't know why they made it so suspenseful, because we already saw these flashes of what's supposed to be how they die or whatnot. But who knows? The writers can do anything. But y'all, that it was Empire, and then it went off. I gotta check and make sure about when it comes back. I'll try to stay on it this time and look, but it's a lot going on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope everybody had a happy holiday. If you only watch my reviews, hopefully you don't. Hopefully you watch all my videos or a good amount of them. I will see y'all next year with my reviews, because I don't think anything else there's gonna be anything else new out to review. I do want to watch The Witcher because I heard it was good on Netflix. Y'all got some recommendations of some that I should be watching? Go ahead and put it below. Yeah, that's it. That's all for today. Love you, love you, love you. Peace. Bye.